Alright, we're on day 3, maybe it's 4 of our Paris trip, and we are headed to Versailles today. It's a rainy day, but it's not too rainy. Got my raincoat here. Just found out it doesn't have a hood. Please double check if you're buying a raincoat that it has a hood. Anyway, it is keeping me dry the rest of the way though, and I think it'll be okay. It's not raining too hard. Alright, we're making our way. It is an adventure. We are taking 2 types of public transportation. We just got off the tram, and now we're getting on the RER, which I have no clue what that stands for, but it's like a commuter rail.
Welcome to the RER. This is essentially like the MARC train or the Metro train if you're from DC or Chicago. The difference is that you can actually travel on this type of train within the city and just on the outskirts of the city, the closest suburbs. But if you want to go farther than that, you need to take something called the Tuxedo in France. And that'll take you as far as 30-40 miles outside of the city center, which is good. And I think it's in every direction.
Made it to we made it to the Castle of Versailles. It's opulent. It's not my style, but you know, Louis XIV, this is what he wanted. It's what he got. He stole from all his people, but you know, we're gonna check it out. Of the cobble variety, not good for modern walking. It's interesting. I want to like it, but I'm not a big fan of opulence and gluttony. So, you know, I'm hoping that there's a little bit more to it than just gold and large buildings. I might be asking too much, but we'll see. Bit of pain here at Versailles, but I'm working it out. The walking is actually helping, but I already took medicine a couple hours ago, so I have to wait a couple hours to take some more. So I'm just gonna learn and explore and try to work it out. Right, we're inside Versailles. First impression is we need a lot of cats to fill this place. It's still raining, and now we're in a different part of the palace castle. It has a lot of parts. And we just finished looking at the apartment that they had. Actually, I don't know what this is. Let's find out. Palace, they meant palace. They were like, no, it's a palace. You know how sometimes they be exaggerating? Nope, it's a palace. Palace. Giving palace. Okay, so I'll insert a clip of my grandma's house, but it actually reminds me of her living room, which we're never able to actually sit and be until we were older because of all of the, you know, expensive things that she had in there. And it looks kind of like this, which makes sense because, you know, the French influenced a lot of the American South where my grandma is from. She's from South Carolina. And, you know, it's also giving abundance, which is something my grandma strived for. She worked really hard for it. So, you know, I'm feeling it. I see it now. To the famous Hall of Mirrors at Versailles, and it is interesting. There's definitely a lot of mirrors. I'm curious to see more of the palace, but the ceilings are what is really getting. Alright, you made it to the Hall of Mirrors. There are a lot of mirrors. There they are. All those things that look like windows are actually mirrors reflecting these windows on the other side. It's very opulent, again, stays on brand, but it definitely also is pretty cool. Yeah, the Hall of Mirrors. Lots of them. Also be called Hall of Chandeliers. Look at all those shandies. Lots of them.
It's beautiful, but why? Why does one family, one court need all of this land, all of this resource, all of these things to be seen? Something to think about.
It's a lot. Wow.
Is that a door?
Different than the war room, but all of it depicts death and not victory necessarily. It's like in throes of battle.
battle, but we gonna look
But
cool.
we gonna be
Live or
cute.
die.